Hello world, I'm Carp. Welcome back to Cultist Simulator Unflinching Order, where we are going for a Forge cult for a basic Forge victory while playing as the detective. At this moment, we are not actually bidding on an auction at Oriflammes. We are reading some sentimental literature so we can increase our passion. We should probably be working on something else there, but because we have a lot of books here, but it's fine. We are pursuing an investigation, yes, because we are the detective. We are not dreaming because we don't really have any reason to dream about anything. Some old unhappy far things are incoming. We are getting a new acquaintance from the streets, and a season of love is coming. There is the weary detective man over here, and we have a bunch of tentative evidence because we are creating the evidence. And I'm pretty sure he can actually just grab that evidence and make stuff with that, but as long as we just keep sure that we don't have notoriety on the table while we have the evidence, it is all fine. Okay, who do we find? Victor! Hello Victor, you're a nice fellow, we like you. Let's talk more on the streets. And didn't get anything from Oriflammes. The thing we mostly want from Oriflammes is Forge Law. Now, I did, in the last episode, unfortunately miss one cycle we did at... We do not need this book. Yeah, one cycle we did at Oriflammes, so we could have... like, maybe the Forge book was there already and we just lost it. No new leads, but still making some money, so that's fine. Let's work with our Inspector's Precision. Let's use the Troublemaker. Let's use our Reason. And just keep working, just getting some funds, which is always nice. And yeah, we didn't want to buy that book. Keep more glimmerings, so if we combine these glimmerings, we get another glimmering lesson learned, and with that we can increase our vivid imagination, and back to Oriflammes we go. And this, oh, now they're selling stuff. Okay, so now at least we know that we didn't miss thumb on that one time we missed something. Oh, that restlessness is gonna turn into a dread here, which is kind of unfortunate. What are you? Oh, we're trying to find us a patron. That's fine. I think having patrons is fine. Oh, another bidder. No, 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 no. You're not getting stump. Stump belongs to me. Okay, more funds. And I'm really liking when we're not creating evidence here, actually. That's the best possible option here. It still gives us 2 funds for a minute of work, which is basically +1 funds per minute, because this one takes 1 funds every minute. Okay, so there's the glimmering lesson learned. I'll use our skill vivid imagination and the glimmering lesson learned and increase our passion a tiny bit. And after that we're gonna read Traveling at Night Volume 1. Oh, there's a fleeting reminiscence. More bidding. Oh, come on guys. Well, I know that Stum is very good and very interesting and everyone wants it, so I can understand. Oh, I put both of my reasons in here before we got the patron, I think. Well, let's speak more on the streets. And are you gonna give us... Yes, you're gonna give us some restlessness now. We're gonna have to paint that restlessness away, which is fine. Get some extra money for that as well. Come on! How much are you bidding, guys? I don't think I ever have to bid this much on like a basic item at Oriflammes. Oh, progress! More evidence, a bit more money. And let's... Okay, so how long... You stay around for 90 seconds. Okay, that's fine. Where did I put my imagination? Alright, it's in here. Because we're increasing. Well, we're gonna have to wait until that's done. I think we're still gonna have enough time so that we're not... Yeah, we're not gonna lose anything from here. Okay, more passion. Let's use our vivid imagination and paint with... I don't know, let's paint with our mystic immediately. We're a mystical policeman. And use the restless inspiration to get rid of it. Let's read Traveling at Night Volume 1. The annotated dream journals of Christopher Ilapley, sometimes called the only readable occultist. Literate, entertaining, and bewildering. The wood lies outside the walls of the manses. As any student of history knows, the manses has no walls. Right on. Of course we know that. Oh, you are... got some wrong kind of attention going on here. But right, as long as we don't get any notoriety happening. What in the world? Seriously, people? 5 funds for Stum. Like, sure, of course I'll pay it, because Stum is... Come on, more patrons. I don't want to find patrons. Okay, now we got Stum. Nice. Good, 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 good. Because with Stum we can get rid of our dreads by doing a ritual. I think. Well, we're gonna need some summonings for it as well. Well, this dread is actually gonna go away pretty soon. Oh! Of course it's the season of dreads that's incoming immediately. Okay, we... What? We just... That was our first painting ever and we get overexposure. Like, what in the world? Huh, okay, we'll work with our inspector's precision, we'll look for the troublemaker, we'll use our reasons. Oh, and of course, go to Oriflamme's to get more books. We still need to find the Forge lore book. So we get a Barber's warning and erudition from this book. Elaple describes how he came to make repeated visits to a dream wood via what he calls silver dreams. Trying to think your way to the wood, he explains. It's like thinking your way to being in love. But I did find a secret that helped. Right, and since we now have some extra erudition, if we would have some reason somewhere, we could try to combine the eruditions to get eruditions learned and increase our reason a bit. But before we do that, let's dream about some passion with a Barber's warning. The third sign, wait. I could cut a lock of hair before I sleep to honor a power of the wood. Maybe I'll do that next night. On the white, we do not need on the white. Okay, and let's grab a hold of the dread here so that it won't go there, because it's gonna go away in 20 seconds. Just holding onto it for 20 seconds is not that big of a deal. And we're a detective man, didn't find anything, but we had no notoriety. And we found Count Jennings. We don't really care about Jennings at this point in time. And we'll go back to the street to talk about occult things and grab a hold of the dread. And let's actually study something. Well, let's read the War of the Roads, 1450-1580 censored edition. Willis Ford describes the War of the Roads, an event in a history other than our own, in detail. But numerous pages have been removed, the name of the publisher is blacked out, and an ominous slip stable on the cover explains that Willis Ford has been excised. In this past, a score or more of longs were made. They brokered peace with the Forge of Days, long enough to set England on a path of early conquest and eventual destruction. The Forge itself devoured the greatest among them. Grab the dread. And back to Oriflamme's we go. And this time they're selling the Skeleton Songs, and we don't need that either. Oh, Night Terrors. Ooh, well, this is gonna go away before the Night Terrors is done, so that is fine. Get some funds, get some tentative evidence, and we'll work with that again. No, let's... Let's see. Yeah, let's not work on that, because I want to study one of our reasons to use this erudition to make an erudition lesson learned. The road ducks into the trees. Pale wings move deep in the wood. I'm stumbling over roots now. It is tempting to drop to all fours, to avoid the low branches. The moon passes behind the black leaves. Though her fingers remain in my hair. I will not forget the way to this place. So, we get way to the wood and a buzzing in the brain. Oh, that's unfortunate. Because this will turn into a restless and the restlessness will turn to a dread. And there's really nothing we can work on to get rid of that. Well, at least we can dream about the woods now. If I have enough passion, I can walk the dream road to the wood. If I have the right knowledge, I might be able to find the way beyond it. I've learned the path of the wood, the tangled darkness that grows around the walls of the manses, though the manses has no walls. I can dream with this return to the wood. Yep, dream of passion here. Now I pass between scar bark trees. The moon passes behind branches, though her fingers remain in my hair. I'm stumbling over roots now. It's tempting to drop to all fours to avoid the low branches. Pale wings move deep in the night. Oh, exotic cravings. Ooh! Okay, so it's starting to look like we're probably gonna lose our inspector's position pretty soon. Because we're gonna have restlessness from here, and we're gonna want to paint the restlessness away. And if we're painting restlessness away, we can't work with our inspector's position. Actually, we should probably keep our inspector position here like this while we're not actually working on it, so that the timer just doesn't move. What is selling? The locksmith's dream, a light through the keyhole. We do not need that. Yeah, let's just put this here and keep it here. Oh, what are you doing? Rivalry! Here is another who would ascend before me. Right, what's she doing? A cautious scheme. Well, I don't care about your cautious schemes. I'll just keep this here. Okay, and there's some dread. Unfortunate. But here is a furtive truth. The royalty of England, according to Willisford, became the sovereigns of the leashed flame, destroying or transforming their enemies, conquering Europe, establishing grand cathedrals to Saint Spark. The alliance with the Forge begins to take its toll. The last few chapters are missing entirely. Right, so let's study this reason over here. Let's keep this in here. What was that? Oh, the dread turned into an actual dread, right. And back to Oriflammes we go, and now we're gonna have... Alright, rivalry. I was thinking that we're gonna get a... Yeah, I was thinking that we're getting a restlessness from here, but we're not getting a restlessness from here. Right, it's just a cautious scheme, and they're still in hiding. What exactly are they up to? Almost always this will end inconclusively, but occasionally a rival will manage to increase their power in secret. Consider tempting them out from hiding by leaving an expedition open. No, I won't. Okay, so now we have a couple of reasons here, and... Wait, didn't the buzzing in the brain turn into a restlessness? It didn't. No, it's here. Okay, what are we trying to buy from? Oh, collection of poetry. This one we do want, of course, because that we can use to increase our stats. And then we are in the woods. We'll head to the well, find some vitality. The well in the wood is sacred to the Grail, the hour that hungers, and to the velvet, the hour that guards secrets. Tonight, as I approached, it heaved with the velvet's moss, struggling waves of deep and vibrant green, pulsing again and again from its throat. It surged around my calves, rose to my thighs, and this morning I still feel the velvet's breath strong within me. Okie dokie. Now we have the restlessness there, so we can use our wild imagination, and we can use... I don't know, let's use Mystic. And paint the restlessness away. And we can dream more about the woods. Why not? Oh, sickness incoming, nothing coming up next. Okay, who did we find this time? Laidlaw. Oh, Laidlaw is a forge fellow, which is always very nice to find when it's the aspect you're trying to work for. Okay, we got a collection of poetry. Let's head back to our Oriflammes. Alright, we're not gonna use any paints. Here's an erudition. Let's combine these eruditions here. Ooh, the burning of the unburned god. Okay, finally we're finding forge law, so we can actually start our own cult. Then we can probably stop working as the inspector, so that we're not gonna be creating any more evidence. Or I don't know, we could just work as the inspector until we get to the point where we get some... My rival has been up to some kind of mischief. The Suppression Bureau may take notes. But you're still only at level 2 here. Also, what is this? Maverick. Okay. Yeah, oh, are we gonna get fired? Oh no, we're not gonna get fired just yet. The Artist's Reward. We get 3 funds. Nice. Work with our precision. Yeah, we might work until the point where we don't where we know we're gonna start doing expeditions for sure, and then ooh, the burning of the unburned god. Nice. And then we'll just stop working after, because when we know that we're gonna get notoriety, then we no longer want to work on our job as an inspector, because we don't want there to be evidence on the table while there's notoriety on the table. We'll head to the well again. Oh, we got a furtive truth. Nice. The velvet is strong at the well in the wood, and the velvet is the hour that keeps secrets. But now and then she lets a little secret fall, like a crumb at a feast. Last night I found a moss-clad rock written all around with the secrets of another history. I might give thanks to the velvet, but will be wiser not to draw her attention. I think there was something we wanted to dream. Oh yeah, we're gonna get the sickness there, so we're gonna dream about the sickness. Another collection of poetry, we'll buy that for sure. We'll dream this sickness. Oh wait, do we have vitality? Yes, we have vitality here. Don't have to waste any money. That's very nice. What's coming up next? Another sickness. We're being sick quite a lot here, it seems. Okay, there's erudition lesson learned. Now, to get another erudition lesson learned, it will take 3 minutes. This will be around for 5 minutes, so if we we can read this book here first. So this is The Burning of the Unburned God, which is compiled by J. Wigglesworth Jensen from Oral Traditions in Rural Persia. Jensen hypothesizes a pre-Zoroastrian fire deity whose rites were the rites of smiths. And we got the collection of poetry, so back to our farms we go. Oh, collection of essays, we'll buy that as well. Okay, more evidence made, more money, and there is no more reason, so we can't do that work at this time. So let's instead paint, maybe? Yeah, let's paint. Let's paint. We'll paint with the Mystique, and we'll paint the erudition lesson learned, so we most definitely will have enough time to combine 2 of those into one more reason. Okay, more health. No, not more health. We had a sickness, and another sickness is incoming. Let's go dream about the woods with some passion. And we also got the collection of essays, which is always very nice. And back to our farms. Okay, this time they're selling a Latin grammar. You know, the thing is, we're gonna find one of these from Moorlands once we start going to Moorlands. So I don't think we're gonna buy any of the language books from Oriflammes. Like, we don't... Or we might buy the Greek one just so that we can read this as soon as possible. Another hang on. But we don't need the Latin one, because this is the only book that we have in Latin that we need to translate, and we don't need to translate it anymore because we have already gone to the woods. So we don't need the information we get from there. Let's talk more on the streets. Ooh, right. Jensen ultimately concludes with apparent reluctance that the deity was a goddess. He suggests that its gender may have been the cause of its suppression. The rites described are often eerie, sometimes grisly. So we get an ardent orison. When we watch a fire, what are we watching for? When we find it, these are the words it will speak. A word that sanctifies the change that comes when the seared skin peels. And the rite of the crucible soul. This rite is an instrument of power that set the blood afire. Fire is the legion in the skin of the world. The assistant rarely survives unharmed. Right. On. Just something like just let's look at that as soon as we can, and now that we are in... Okay, we have the Ardent Orison, right. Let's... study reason. We need to wait 27 seconds before we can study reason. That is unfortunate. Okay, painted the painting, and we're not bidding here. Right, I wanted to check this out. Because we can put a victim here. There must always be willing blood. Now, one of the things I just realized here, this says the assistant rarely survives unharmed. Like, if we put an assistant there, once we have someone there, do they die or do they just take a wound? I'm not actually sure about that. We need to test that in this run at some point. Okay, we still need to wait 13 seconds for those reasons so that we can actually do anything with them. So we will just wait then before using either of these verbs. And we'll go back to our Oriflammes. And this time they're selling the Bellis Murorum. We do not need that for anything. Okay, there's our reason. So let's study a reason, and let's... Yeah, this will be fine. And we will use a couple of reasons over here and study the Troublemaker again. Okay, and back to the woods. We'll take that occult scrap. I walked in the wood last night, and the scissors worked in the distance, and the fur things crammed my mouth and swarmed my ears, and I felt the old urge to drop to wolf force and nose among the roots. But I remember that I walk upright by day, and I know fire, and steel, and words. And at last I found where the velvet had concealed a secret on tree bark beneath moss. I read it then with the tips of my fingers, and I think now that I could write it in full. Okay, and there's the sequence for us, so we will just work that away. We don't have any vitality at this moment, so we need to use some funds. And oh, we have the wrong kind of attention here again. But that's fine, no notoriety, so nothing bad is gonna happen. And back to our flops we go. This time they're selling Kuna and Geth. Okay, I said that this is the one we will buy from here. Or, you know what, we'll buy it for 1 funds. If someone else bids on it, we're just gonna let it go. Okay, there's some more erudition. Let's study some more reason. There's 2 more funds and nothing for us to work with because we need reason to work with that. Let's then work with our health here. Okay, we got Kuna and Geth, nice. And back to our flops we go. This time they're selling the 6 letters on necessity, and we will take that because it's Forge Law, and we want to have basically every Forge Law book so that we can increase our Forge Lore by just combining the lores instead of, you know, finding books with a higher level lore. Because I think it's gonna be easier to do that instead of trying to find like level 10 or level 12 lore. Do we have reason? No, reason isn't dim, although it is the dreams that are open here, so we're gonna use passion to dream. And we find Rose. Okay, so now we have Forge Law here. Let's talk to Lightlau. Together we might be more. Lightlau is a tinkerer and mechanic with an uncanny knack. Found a mystical organization. Here is someone I might work with, a companion or a follower. But first, I must give them something to follow. A society, a sodality, an order, a cult. Found a mystical... Ooh! I have begun my true work. The authorities will take an interest in it. I must be ready for them. Right, I forgot that this gives notoriety. Bloody hell. Well, we're gonna have to hold on to the notoriety. We're not gonna let... Because we have the evidence here. This guy will grab this evidence. This is just regular evidence. They can use the evidence I made about someone else's things against myself, which is really weird. Choose founding principle. Tradition and compulsion. Old, new, or both together. Add lore to determine your cult's founding principles. Establish the Unflinching Order. An occult society dedicated to the fire that changes and remakes. So that's why this series is called Unflinching Order. I hope I've been calling it Unflinching Order at the beginning of these episodes that I've already done. Ah, let's grab the notoriety before it goes there. Okay, so... The thing is, do we still work on our inspector position now that we have people here? Now that we have the cult here. I mean, we really don't want any more evidence to be on the table right now. But it's good... Okay, as long as we only have that one notoriety, we can still work here. I mean, we're gonna have to wait a little while before we can actually do that, but we will do that. Oh, this is dangerous. Okay, there's some extra erudition. Hey, we have 2 eruditions here, so we combine them. Right. And we will talk on the streets some more to get more people in. What are you selling that? Oh, we need to bid more for that. Good thing that I noticed to check. A sacrifice of pain. The hour we will serve requires pain. I must give of myself. Okay, get a bit of health there. There's a fleeting reminiscence. Season of ambitions coming. People! Why are you bidding so much for these books? They're not that interesting. Okay, and back to the well we go. Get an awareness of appetite. The well in the wood is never dry, but it is never clear. One night it might heave with crawling roots, on another it will pulse with bright moss. On nights of the full moon its waters are choked with the fat-dabbled bodies of moths. Last night I saw it brim with dark and vicious blood. Gelatinous shreds drifted on its surface, clots of a grail matter. Right, anything else we need to dream about? No, so let's just keep dreaming about the woods. My first recruit. A cult with 1 member is only an unusual habit. I must have a recruit. Lightlau, you're gonna be the first one in. Okay, and we got the 6 letters on necessity. It is written... Wait, what? It's written in English. I can actually read that. Interesting. Why did I think that would be in some other language? Because it kind of looks like it should be, but there's no marker there that says that it is, so I was just wrong. Okay, and now the Orchid Transfiguration Volume 2, we do not need that. Let's grab a hold of the notoriety so that it doesn't accidentally go there. Oh, more Night Terrors. Get additional lesson learned with our skill scholarship, and these two we can increase our reason. And here we make progress, so we get 3 funds, get some more evidence. I'm really starting to think that this might not be the best. Well, then again, we're only gonna have to hold on to this for a little while anymore. So yeah, let's just keep working here. Get more evidence on the table. As long as there's not any notoriety, it's not a bad thing, really. Just don't give me more notoriety here, please. Our rise begins! I have founded my cult. This is a step to greater power. So we get temporary headquarters and we get the Unflinching Order. An occult society dedicated to the fire that changes and remakes. And Lila is also now a believer, which is very nice. We can start taking other people in the cult as well, which we might do. Or we just might try to get more people in. Well, we're taking more people in at this moment, so we'll just keep that thing happening. We'll head to the well, get another vitality. And we will dream this injury away with the vitality. Let's use the vitality with less time though. And let's head back to Oriflammes. Okay, now they're selling a Sanskrit reader. I'm pretty sure we can get a Sanskrit reader for Moorlands as well, so we're not gonna buy that. Or you know what, let's use 1 funds. If we can get it for one funds, it's okay, because we can sell the one we get from Moorlands. Okay, we get some restlessness, and I just remember we should probably dream on our temptation power to get that turned into the what is it called? Oh, dread. Dedication power. And now we're gonna have to hold on the notoriety for the next minute there. Okay, we got the Sanskrit reader for 1 funds, that's fine. Let's head back to Oriflammes, grab a hold of the notoriety. And this time they're selling Apollo and Marsyas. We do not need it, so let's just grab a hold of the notoriety. And what did we find? A hanger-on. Now let's take people in or find more people. Can we upgrade Lydlau already? Actually, we have the Dread that we want to get rid of, so of course we're gonna do that. Dread doesn't have Forge. Oh, the Restlessness does have Forge. Really? Interesting. Yeah, let's upgrade Lila now that we can. More reason for us, and got a bit more funds. And yeah, we're just... After 1 minute, this will be gone, or after 40 seconds, so we can still keep working as the inspector. Try to keep the authorities confused. Oh, but we're... Oh, where did the mistake come from? Oh, right, because I found someone to be in the cult. So still need to hold on to this for a little while. Let's learn Greek here. Okay, more health, and back to the woods we go. Where's our passion? There's our passion. And there's a contentment, so we can dream that dread away after we come back from the woods. And back to Oriflammes we go. This time they're selling something deep mystery something. Okay, so I'm thinking that the thing we missed from Oriflammes was a collection of essays, because I think there should be 2 of them over there. But hey, this means that we're done with Oriflammes and we can start reading, well, not reading, getting books from Moorlands. Okay, now we have to hold on this notoriety for a minute. Okay, Lydlau is now a disciple, that's very nice, and yeah, we'll take more people in the cult because that does not reuse or create notoriety, so actually it takes 2 minutes to create the notoriety, so we can still talk on the streets, because we don't really need the people yet, so yeah, let's just talk on the streets. We made more evidence here, and we can, yeah, keep working with this, try to get more money. Here we learned the Greek, so let's translate on what is contained by Silva. And then I think we're gonna end this episode here and continue from this point in the next one. I'm Carp, this is being Cultist Simulator Unflinching Order. Goodbye world, thanks for watching. See you next time!